All right. People. Welcome to episode 110 of Keeping It Real. I'm your host, jackkadis. If you are anyone that I just had breakfast with, that was so much fun. If you are someone that doesn't know me, nice to meet you. If you are a veteran, thank you for your service. What are we going to get into today? I'm not sure. I didn't sleep because I was anxious about today. I don't even know if I can blame it entirely on that or if just like I didn't try hard enough, But when I got home just now, I tried to go to bed, but then 20 minutes passed and I wasn't getting it, so I just kind of gave up. And now, here we are on Keeping It Real. And I think this is probably for the best because this way, like, when I get off work, a friend's going to be in town and, like, all this, that, and this and that. And I think that I don't want to have this to have to do. I don't want to have to do all this when I get off work. And we all know, come on, let's be real. The episodes are always better when I do them before work rather than at 10:30, 11 when I get off. Like that, those are the worst episodes, especially the ones where I procrastinate after work and I end up doing it at 3 or 4 a.m. Those are the worst episodes because then I really say some stuff that like, it's not that there's nothing I think I shouldn't say. I stand by everything I've ever said. It's more of like, I'm not going to look into the past and say, oh, that wasn't a good episode or like what I said wasn't good. It's more of like looking towards the future. What do I want? What do I want tomorrow's episode to look like? What do I want today's episodes to look like? And I want it to look like Jack in the morning, So that's what you're getting. Welcome to Jack in the Morning. I know this episode started really rough because I was literally making an Instagram reel, and I'm sorry, but not sorry. I kind of wanted to do that because I have to make a reel, and keeping it real is kind of like related to the reels, and not really. I don't know. Listen, man, I don't know. What I do know is that I am hungry, but I won't eat until I get to work. Let's see how fast this hour flies by. So every day I travel 1 mile on foot, thanks to a viewer of mine, Valentine. If you're watching this, I still think of you. Of course I still think of you. If you're watching this, quite honestly, sometimes I text you and tell you I'm running the mile. And when I do that, I like picture myself like sending that text every single time I do it. Cause why not? I have a really good friend, Luke Hanks, who I don't hear from too much anymore, but there was a time, or there are certain times, he kind of comes in and out, where he's just always sending me like Bible verses or like motivational, content on the internet or like good quotes. And it's just nice. I feel like it's really nice to have someone that's just sending you stuff, It's kind of along the same line of that homie that sends you reels that you never respond to. And like, those homies are always close, you know what I'm saying? So Valentine, I hope that I haven't done my mile, my walk yet. And what's funny is a couple of these past couple days, I've actually, with other people walked. There was like 2 days ago, I think I actually walked 5 miles, but I didn't count that as my 1 mile walk, because I don't know. I feel like it's like when I walk, it's like it has to be because I'm walking, not because it just so happened to be. And there might be a busy day where I end up walking with someone else or walking a total of 1 mile or something where I count it. But the truth is, it's like, I don't know. I'm really getting into it. And yesterday I was feeling really good about it. And I wanted to, get done by a certain time because my roommates were going to be home with food and I wanted to eat the food after I ran. I decided to run it. And I run about, I'm really out of shape. My body mechanics are very poor. And that's what we're going to be talking about because that's what I wrote down, body mechanics. And I ran, comfortably, I run a 9 or a 10. If I push myself, I can get to an 8. So yesterday I ran just under an 8-minute mile. I think it was like 7:50 something. I wrote, my knees and my ankles are pretty strained. I remember that. It was pretty pushy. I pushed myself pretty hard, and I remember my stress points were like my joints and my ankles. Like I remember feeling like tightness in my ankles and like the pounding in my knees. And I think that's a real sign of the times and the state in which my body's in. I think my gut is getting pretty fat. It's a lot of extra weight for my joints to take on, and the muscles, I guess, that I don't know how to really put this into words, but it's just I like I said, I wrote after that I feel strong, and then but I need to work on mechanics. It's like I remember, I'll put it this way. Before I hit puberty, I was the fastest kid on my soccer team. And I was like one of the fastest kids at my school. And I remember what it felt like to run. Running felt like, I don't know. It felt like the same as driving a car. Like I just knew that I was going fast. It's like the mechanics of my body were all locked in because I was always moving as a kid. I had my parents making sure I was fed and I slept when they told me to sleep. And like, I was just a growing boy running around. And when I would run, it would feel like as exhilarating as something like riding a motorcycle might feel to me now. And that's in the sense of there would be no thought and there would be no, it was just careless. Like it was just like all that was really happening in my mind was like, what's 8 steps ahead of me? Like I'm just looking in front of me and running, and I'm feeling the wind and like pressing the gas hard. I remember that pressing the gas hard. I was like a car that just would not die, that you could always trust after a long day of work to just push that gas in and take you home as fast as possible, taking all the turns, sharp as hell, burning the brakes. That car's always going to be there for you every day. And I am 21 right now. I think that there is a second wind that you can bring into your life from the age of 20 to 30. And I think that it's much more of a, for me to find that wind, it's going to be much more of a conscious and purposeful effort. It's going to be in the kitchen and in the bedroom. It's going to be my sleep and my food. And I want that second wind badly. Because right now I feel like I'm treating my body, or I'm looking at my situation, and I almost can envision my 30s and my 40s. I need to work on my mechanics is a great thought, and it's great to realize that, and it's great. It's honestly, it's fantastic to be on a run or a walk and be thinking about each step purposely. Slow it down and get the stride right. Try and activate the muscles more so you don't, end up straining the ankles or the knees. Like really feel the pavement and run slow so you can see your next step. Do level ground, never running grass. You don't want to roll your ankle or anything. That's good. But wouldn't it be better if I started working towards pressing the gas? Because pressing the gas, I think, is just as healthy as being conscious of mechanics, just in different ways. And when I think about like what I want to remember and how I want my life to go, I don't want to think, I had it in high school and then I just I gave up. I really don't want that. I want to be eating chicken. I want to be eating broccoli. And I want to be getting 8 hours of sleep when it's actually dark outside. And I think with those things combined, I've scratched the surface before, and I remember how good I would feel. I remember sometimes, there was this one time, around this time last year probably, when our pool at my building opened back up, and I went out to jump in, and I remember just feeling like super muscular, and like really in lock with my body. And I remember running and jumping into that pool, and like my muscles were firing in all the right ways. And I remember thinking like I just jumped as high as I could jump, and it felt great. Bonus, the people were out there, and like someone took a video of me for like the apartment like Instagram page of me jumping in because the pool was open, and that felt good because I felt like I looked good. I felt good, I looked good, and it's important to say that I don't think I hate the way I look or feel now, but there's lots to be, I don't know. It's very, I am, it's time. It's game time, fellas. It's game time. I think my game plan is tomorrow I get paid. And I think live on Keeping It Real, I'm going to do a breakdown of where all my money's going to go. I think what I'm going to do is, first things first, pay off my credit card. And then I'm going to divide what I have left into where I want to put it. See ya. And I think it's going to be like a couple bucks here, a couple bucks. I'd like to put a good amount of dollars into, well, I don't know. I want to start saving for New York City because I want to go there. I want to start saving for more camera equipment, editing software. I want to buy DaVinci Resolve Pro or whatever it's called because it has a couple of features that I really want. I need to start putting money in a savings account for emergencies because living paycheck to paycheck is not okay. And I need to start thinking about how much money that leaves me for food. And the occasional movie ticket on Tuesdays. Then I can get a better idea of, okay, well, what does my future look like? Where do I think I might be going? Because New York City is definitely somewhere I want to end up, and it's time to start taking the steps. But what do I want that to look like? Do I want to go to school first, get a bachelor's degree, and then work hard to become a teacher in New York City? Do I want to go and do I want to try and see if Jersey Mike's will take me in New York City? Do I want to go and leave Jersey Mike's behind and try to go to school in New York City? Do I want to try to get a job unrelated to Jersey Mike's and unrelated to anything school in New York City? Do I want to send my brother a text and say, hey, maybe in a year from now, like when you guys are thinking about a different apartment or re-signing your lease, maybe you might think about like including me in where you live. Or do I want to think about a solo place somewhere for just me? I think I'd like solo. I don't think I want to encroach on my bro's college experience, to be honest with you. I think it's really time to start thinking about New York City, or just my future at the very least. I think a while ago I was thinking about my future when I let off the gas a bit. I said, okay, no more school. Let's just work. I have to be honest with you. I do consider school harder than work. I know I put a lot of my energy into work, and I know I'm getting better at my job, and I know I'm always ready to learn, and I'm very polite to the customers. But school is much more than grades and class. School is very much like life. I think school very much forces one to think, what am I doing here? And I think that is harder than any grade you could study for. I think the hardest thing about people in school is that they're constantly forced to think about what they're doing with their lives. When I work at Jersey Mike's, it's very comforting because I'm like, well, the longer I work here, and I'll, gradually continue to be getting paid more and more. And eventually the opportunity will open for me to become, somebody who works for salary instead of hours. And I'll just be able to pop in the mornings and set everything up. And then I'll have my gang of high schoolers and kids that run the store for me. And that'll be that. And that's, there's nothing wrong with that. And honestly, I think that I have up here, I have life goal, or not that one. Actually, it's somewhere on my shelves now. It used to be on this right here on this wall behind me, and it said change lives. And I wrote that down in New York City when I started making these videos. And I live by that, and I want to change lives. And I think maybe the question I'm faced with now is, does it matter if I change a lot or a little? And who's to say that a lot, what is a lot and what is a little? I think that now currently at Jersey Mike's, I'm in a good position to change lives. I'm learning the sandwiches or the regulars, their names, what they do. My coworkers I'm very close with. I take pride in making them laugh and being a character in their lives. And if they ask, giving them advice on anything they might, or just the biggest thing for me is listening to their problems, what they've got going on, and just trying to fit into their lives as a puzzle piece. I mean, that's what I see that as changing lives. That's what it's all about. And I see that, and I see how it can continue. And I genuinely think like this is, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that's happening. And I have no intention of stopping it. But then I think of like, well, what could be, right? If I go and get a 4-year degree, I can become a teacher. And then as a teacher, the same applies with my coworkers, all my teachers that I'll, become acquainted with through the break room. And it could be the same thing, make them laugh, listen to their stress, listen to their stories. And then there's the classroom of children that changes out every semester, every year. Kids, arguably the most impressionable of us all. The ones that are our future, people that matter more than you and I do. Young people and younger people. I know that I'm young. Younger people. And that really grabs me, and I think that's really, that's really like that's really interesting. I might, and also at Jersey Mike's, I don't really believe in what I do. The sandwiches, it's fast food. I work in fast food. As much as someone will say, oh, Jersey Mike's is healthier, it's all, the sandwiches are soaked in oil. Like it's, the meats are absolutely diabolically diluted with salt. Like it is sodium and fat, like the 1-2 combination of the century. We all know how that goes. And then God forbid a soda on the side with sugar. Like it is the cornerstone of an unhealthy American diet. And that's what I serve every day. So then I kind of started to think, oh, well, the path's kind of clear. Like this is not actually what I want to be doing. I don't really believe in this. I don't believe in Mike. And it's hard because with the whole teacher thing and the education thing, I'm not sure that I believe in college. It's been really rough on me, and like I don't know. I think maybe part of what happened was before college, when I was in high school, I was fucking around, getting stoned all the time, and there was this real like stress for like, when it felt like people were wondering what I was gonna do. Like, what are you going to do with your life, do with yourself? I felt really like cornered, I felt like I couldn't be me. Just let me be me, man. That clip from that one Penguin movie? Like, dude, Kyle, do this, Kyle, do that. Or something. Kyle, is it Kyle or Tony? Or something like Ryder? Some bro name. Like, bro, do this, bro, do that. Like, bro is me, bro. Let me be me. And like, dude, I feel like there's so many of us dudes out there that resonate with that line and that part of that movie. It's like, yeah, like shit's crazy. Like, and I think maybe I'm drawn to work environments like Jersey Mike's because they're a bit more controllable. Like it's the same people, you stay in the same place. Like you don't move from classroom to classroom, major to major, class to class. And it's not as overwhelming. But school has this way of like making me feel like stressed out. And I guess I'm addressing it now. And I've always like, it's just every semester it seemed that, I can't, like that I'm not, it's not worth it. Like I don't even know where the stress comes from or why it is, but like it creeps around the corner and I just can't keep in line. And like, I just say, fuck this. I don't need this. Like, I don't need this. And then I'm sat here without it, and it's always the grass is greener thing. Like, do I need this? I don't know. I don't know. For me, I feel like I'm always trying to figure everything out, and I never have anything figured out. And I think that's cool. I think a lot of people can relate, and I don't like, I don't necessarily, I'm not like down on myself or like, damn, this, that, this. It's more like, I'm just trying to understand where I'm at. Like today I went and got breakfast with a whole new group of people, right? And we spoke, we laughed, we joked. It was a great time. I had avocado toast. It was like the most, like, of course I got avocado toast at that swanky coffee shop. Like, it just, it just adds up, makes sense. And, yeah, and I'm like, I wonder what they really thought about me, because I'm sitting here and I don't even know what to think about me. And I wonder what they did, because at times you haven't like this idea of how you come off to people. And like, I felt like maybe I came off to them as like maybe put together, social, extroverted, down for a good laugh, inclusive, open-minded, maybe. I don't know. But like, or did I come off as like really trying to get the vote, like really trying to make sure that like these people liked me, really trying to make sure that like I was cool, or I like, you have no idea. You have no idea. Or, everyone's living in their own world. I thought it was so funny today. This person said, it's always different all the time what's happening with everyone. And you cannot, it's unbelievable. I don't know how to feel, what to do, which way to turn, how to run. And like I said, that's okay for it to be like that, just sit with it, breathe and think. I have a lot of books that I have to move from my car to here. Holy shit. A lot of books. Nope, not going to go on the phone. Not going to go on the phone. We are in the middle of keeping it real. No phone. So yeah, what do you think? Tomorrow we got a motherfucking guest on the show. Tomorrow we got a guest on the show. Yeah, we got a guest on the show. Hey, we keep it real. This is how we flow. Tomorrow we got a guest on the show. Oh, whoa, take a seat and listen to the rap. My name is Jack, so you can sit back. And tomorrow, we gonna really get in it. A guest is coming on, so you know the heat with it. Please get the camera and the mic. Turn on the lights and sit just right, because keeping it real is coming on all night. And tomorrow, we got a guest, so it's tight. Stoked for that. I love guest. Guest is good. Guest is awesome. I love guest. Guest makes me yay. That's what I do. That's when guest comes, I go yay. That's what I do when guest comes. When guest comes, I go woo. My favorite part about guests is when they come, I go, yes, 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 yes. That's what I love most about guests. It's getting cold and I'm getting lonely. I'm so alone. I need you to hold me. Hey, that's the song that I saw and I found on Spotify, but the full song does not have the same vibe as the clip. So, yeah. Dude, I have my eyes on the prize right now. I feel like I'm locked the hell in. Like I feel like yesterday night we finally did something. Okay, I've been talking for a while about how it's like, okay, I notice, trends in what I do, what people like and don't like, and it's time to make some changes. It's been a while since we made some changes. I think the last big change we made was starting keeping it real every day. And it's been a while since then, so let's continue to inch forward. And it's been like a couple weeks of me like nagging myself about that, and like maybe my idea of change is too big and then I'm not able to do it, and it's like I can't find that. But yesterday we got it done. Yesterday we made a move, made an action that I think is repeatable today, and in the long term will indicate a time when we stepped up and made a change that was, simply put, more work each day, a little bit more keeping it real, a little bit more YouTube, a little bit more me on social media, and that's what it's all about, man. That is what it's all about. It's so crazy how this started. I had no expectations. If you want something great in your life, people, can I just say one thing? Can I say one thing to you? And I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be truthful, and I'm gonna be upfront. You want great things to happen to you? Drop your expectations. Especially, listen, this goes for girls especially, okay? If you're seeing a nice girl, okay, and, it's going well, you do not expect anything from this girl, all right? You have to affirm it. Say it with me. I expect nothing from you. Say it so much to yourself to the point where it might even come out of your mouth in some sort of conversation if it seems relevant. I expect absolutely nothing from you. And this is like a religion. You must really mean this. You must mean this. Okay? I get it. I get it. You might hear that and think like, how can you say that? Because I know there's lots of you out there that are thinking like, I have a type, or I have a certain things that a person that I meet might need to be. And it's like, okay, I'm with that. All right, I'm with that. You might find that, you might not. You might end up with, I'm just saying, if you end up with a girl, you're with her now. Like now you're with her. Okay, so it's like, I get it. Before you were with her, you were thinking about what kind of girl you wanted to be with. Well, now you found her. Be totally open, honest, and truthful with yourself when you understand that a first impression is made within 5 seconds. And every minute you spend with this person after that, it is more and more concrete, less and less of, I'm just trying to get to know this person. And it's, that first little bit of time is you got to understand. You got to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. That's what a man does. So when you are with her, and you can mirror this to anything, to any of your passion, your hobby, your job, your life, your family, your friends, everything. When you are with it, when you're locked in, and when you are acting, you must never fall into the trap of expectation. Expectation is the biggest sin one can commit. When you expect, you are wrong. When you expect, you take this whole life thing as a joke. Every time that you expect, you begin to accept the idea that you're in control of the outside, and you're not. You never will be. There's ways to go about that, and there's ways not to go about that. Don't think that you can expect and everything can be okay. Some of the worst people you'll ever meet in your entire life, and look at me, man. I don't like to say bad things about people. I love people. All right, they don't annoy me. They don't piss me off. I genuinely enjoy people. People are why I'm here. But some of them raise more eyebrows than other. Okay, and I gotta say, the ones that lose their temper, the ones that have sunken eyes, unhealthy bodies, the ones that, even the it's even, you never know. They can be pleasant too. It's all, just be careful because it's not about other people. It's about you. And I'm telling you, you don't want to have any expectations. How to ruin something, expect something. What do you think? Like, yeah, dude, yeah. Like, they're going to cry when they win the NBA championship. They're going to get on their knees and say, I made it. I did it. But do you think that they're have any expectation whatsoever when it's halftime, when it's 10 minutes left till the end of the game and the game's tied up? It's the Celtics versus the Lakers. No, dude, they are so deeply tapped into the now, the muscle memory, the practice, the game. They're so locked in on the present, on that ball in their fingertips, hypersensitive. Their eyes are clocking every player on the court, and their body can almost feel the distance between them and their teammates. They don't expect shit. When they pass that ball, they don't expect anything. They don't expect a catch. They don't expect a drop. When they shoot that shot, they don't expect to make. They don't expect to miss. It's like this way of thinking and living where I find that it's more simple to tell you never to expect than to try and explain to you that what you're doing is assuming every outcome at once. The human mind, the way it works, we think in patterns and we grab onto things. So if you expect one thing, expect two things, expect 20 things, 100 things. If you go through a list of expectations and try and map out what might not happen, why, because why this, why that, bad. If you let go of all expectations, you'll realize how infinite the possibilities are. You'll become more ready for that crazy thing around the corner that you could have never expected. You got to be ready, you got to lock in, because shit's going to happen and shit's going to happen. You're going to find yourself in positions and you're going to be somewhere you didn't expect. And you got to understand that with this short amount of time everyone's got in this weird life that we're all living, there ain't no time to dwell on things more than they need to be. And if you're the kind of person that expects and is shocked when things go beyond expectation, then you're going to be left with this weird mix-up of emotions and graphs that spike and dip, and you're not going to be able to really appreciate the now. And that's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. It is about appreciating the now, understanding where you're at, breathing, drinking water, eating good food, sleeping, and being awake. It is about now. Do I sound like some sort of preacher dude? I don't even know. I feel like sometimes I wonder, I've talked about this a couple times. I wonder, like, can you see that on camera? This paper is sitting up on its own. Where do I fit it? Like, how does this podcast fit? Spotify wanted me to categorize this podcast, and I had no idea what to click. How can you ask me to categorize something when I have no expectations for it, You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, is this thing on? Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah. Okay, let's talk about this is completely hypothetical. Wink wink. All right, so I kind of just had a third date with a girl. And it was great. I love seeing her and spending time with her. So far, so good, honestly. I think selfishly, I think she's really good for me. And I don't know what that means or how it fits in, but I'm trying my best not to have any expectations. I'm trying my best to be super open and just kind of see like where she takes it. Like, of course I'm going to, continue to ask her out and see if she wants to do this or send her a text here. But like, I want to really be aware and present of her actions and like how she feels and who she is. I'm just trying to get to know who she is. So as we tend to be doing lately, we find this beautiful bench in this shaded area outlooking this amazing view. And we sit there and we're talking. And, I'm thinking my typical, like, am I talking too much? Am I like, is this story funny? Like, am I listening to what she's saying? Am I cutting her off? I think I did a pretty good job not cutting her off today. I was very silent. Not very silent, but like I tried to sit in silence, a little bit more than maybe I would. It was a bit hard. I don't want to 10% of like my actions. I think you should think about. I maybe didn't have a lot of sleep last night. But it's not a big deal at all. Not a big deal at all. She really wakes me up. You know what I'm saying? Like she really like, I'm really like awake when she's involved in whatever's happened. So anyway, we're sitting on this bench, and you might have heard me say in the last couple of episodes, third dates are when moves are made. And there's a couple things that I want to talk about and how I'm feeling and all that. One thing that sticks with me, and I don't know how much she remembers this, if at all. She might have just, sometimes people just say same to say same. I remember I told her the story about this girl that tried to hug me, and I said no thanks. And I was telling her, like, I don't understand people that are hugging everyone. Like, I only hug my parents and my bros. You know what I'm saying? And she knew what I was saying. She said, "Yeah, I'm not a hugger, right?" So like, I was like, nice. Like I feel like she gets it, And so, fuck. See, now I'm thinking back on when I was just with her, and I think like, interesting. Maybe I should have tried to kiss her, because like it's a third date, and like I want her to know she likes me. I think this is something that I should just talk to her about next time I see her. I don't know when that's going to be. Probably next week. I think I'll get to see her before she goes home for the summer. No idea how that's going to go. No idea if we'll stay in touch or not. It's very much someone I just met. So I just maybe see what she's thinking, see what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's really no excuse for me not to be a man and make a move. I kind of just gotta like bite the bullet. I know how much this stuff sucks to me. Ever since the very first time I did it, I hate this. And like at times in my life, I've convinced myself that I love it. But I have to be honest with you. This is just the same as really not wanting to, do your homework or go on a run or keeping it real. Like, it's just something that I know has to be done. I have to show her with like a physical act that like I'm into her. Because that's what I'm going to do. You know, like, there's no deep dive into the explanation where I like maybe try and weasel a way out of it ethically. Like, oh, maybe I don't have to. Hold on, my door is open. Give me a second. It was not my window. It was not my door. It was my window. But yeah, it's a third date, you know. I jokingly, not so jokingly, asked her to invite me to this wedding she's going to. Like, and I refuse. I absolutely refuse to get on myself. Fuck, I should have. Dude, when I said goodbye to her, I should have. Ugh. I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm locking in. Next time the very next time I see her, it's the first thing I do. The very next time I see her, it's the first thing I do. The very next time I see her, it's the first thing I do. The very next time I see her, it's the first thing I do. Not going to think about how, not going to think about it. Just going to do it. That worked well for me yesterday when I really had to apologize to someone. So I thought I really don't want to, bring this back up and apologize, but it's the first thing that I have to do when I see them. And the situation honestly wasn't really there for it. Like she was busy talking to someone else. And like the other person needed to talk to me, and I had to tell that other person, give me 1 second and put my hand up in their face, and then turn to her and apologize in front of them. And like, when you're thinking of ideal situations, that was not one, but I'm so glad I did it because now I can move forward, So we are so locked in right now, boys and girls. Next time I see this girl, I'm going to kiss her. And that's because I like her. I don't know if she likes me or not. I assume she does. I don't know. It's not about, I don't expect anything from her. I expect this from myself. I am too old to be fucking around. I got to kiss this girl. Dude, why didn't I do it today? It was the third date. Ugh. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right because we talked through it on Keeping It Real, and now I'm locking in. Next time I see her, I'm going to kiss her. And I'm going to be very nervous. I'm just going to do it. And that's okay. That's okay. It's exciting, if anything. I don't know if it's exciting. It's actually makes me want to throw up, but like, it's okay. It is all right. It's time to start brushing my teeth a little bit extra. Or, sometimes I don't really brush them. That's really embarrassing, but I'm not very good at brushing my teeth, so it's time to start doing that. It's time to start doing that. So, all right, we talked about, expectations, which landed us into this girl that I'm seeing that I really like. Now we're talking about, what are we talking about now? Now, I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm thinking like maybe food. I love food. Maybe we could talk about the weather outside is really nice. I don't know. Dead Keeping It Real theory. We can talk about my guests tomorrow. We can talk about chrysanthemum. We can talk about There's so many things to talk about, so many things to be talked about, so many things to talk about, so many things to be talked about, so many things to talk about, so many things to be talked about. I just want to talk about, whatever I want to talk about. I don't even know what I want to talk about. Guys, what is going on with me in my life? This is such a crazy time. You got to be grateful for the crazy times. You got to be grateful for the crazy times. You got to be grateful for the crazy times. Because sometimes things aren't going to be crazy at all. And that shit is boring and bland and sad. So you got to be thankful for the crazy times. Yeah, you got to be thankful for the crazy times. I am grateful because it doesn't always get to be. It doesn't always get to be like this. Sometimes things are just like monotonous and slow and sad. And like I know it's easy to be like, oh, I have so much to do. I'm so stressed out. These times are so crazy. But you gotta like, oh, they got kava. Dude, fuck. I shouldn't say it. Because I always say it. I always bug them. I can't help myself. I wish I would have known. Yes. Okay, good. Well, you wouldn't. Yeah. I need chicken. Did you hear that? I just farted. What is out there in life? What is going on? What are we doing? How are we doing? What is happening? Do I have what it takes? I don't know. Relax, man. Relax. Relax, brother. Relax, brother. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so quiet right now. I don't even know where. I feel like I'm talked out. I don't even know what to say, what to do, how to do it. I'm thinking about what I got to get done after this recording ends. Going to jump right into a 10-minute video, 5 YouTube shorts, assess the short situation. We should probably do that, and then keeping it real. I want to try and get as much of this done before work as possible. Even though once this ends, the temptations to watch YouTube, scroll Instagram Reels is going to be high. It's important that I do my best to lock in. Maybe I go and grab. Maybe I grab my Answer me this. If I have a, hey, is anybody out there right now? If I put my milkshake that's in the freezer in the microwave, is that gonna work? Can you do that? How long should I put it in? I think I'm gonna do it. Oh, and they're watching YouTube right now. Fuck me, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was watching this comedy special Morgan J did. And he's a big clip farmer. You know, he's always got the cameraman following him around everywhere. And he always takes the mic mobile and goes through the crowd. And he always likes to pick on people like on first dates. And he found these couple on first dates. And he asked them, what are you guys together? And he was, because he like sings through his sets. And they were like, yeah. And they were like, and he was like, how long have you guys been together? And they were like, it's our first date. And he was like, oh shit, is this, what part of the date is this? And the guy was like, first part. And he was like, you guys should just kiss right now and get it over with. And the crowd was like, ah. And like, it was so crazy because like he looked at her before she looked back at him. And then I felt like maybe he thought he had been looking at her for too long. So he looked back, but she stayed looking at him. So then he looked back again as she was maybe going to look back. But then she saw that she looked back and then they did it. Like maybe someone leaned in, you know, like they did it. And that's so hype because the comedian did that. He was like, just get it out of the way now. And it was awesome that they just kissed. I thought it was so cool. I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Bro, I can smell their food. Oh, I wish they would have got me food. Fuck, it would have been perfect timing. It would have been perfect timing. Damn it. I wish I had a food radar where I always knew people were going to get food. I always want food all the time from people. I need to get chicken. I need to start getting chicken. Chicken, rice, beans. Chicken, rice, beans. Chicken, rice, beans. Chicken, rice, beans. Oh, here comes the final stretch. The last 3 minutes. What's 18 times 3? 18. What is it? 30, 36. 40, 54. Last 3.5 minutes, 3.51 minutes. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling hungry. I'm not that tired. I'm feeling excited, ready. I'm feeling amped. I'm feeling real. I'm feeling savage, sigma, epic, dope, swag. I'm feeling slay. I'm feeling What if like, what if I had all these different accounts, like 2 extra Instagram accounts, like 3 TikTok accounts, like a bunch of extra YouTube accounts for just shorts, and I pumped out all these shorts and everything every day, and then I took the ones that made the most views and post those daily on my Instagram. Interesting thought. Interesting thought. I'll have to keep that in mind. You know, a narrative that I'm creating with this girl, at least, like say I keep seeing her, I like to think that she absolutely does not give a shit about me on social media. I like that because I think this is, when you have a passion like this, it's very easy to become like egotistical and narcissistic. And I think it'd be really good for me to have someone in my life, because my roommates, like, I think it's awesome. And I have friends that think it's so awesome. But I think I like in my mind thinking that she thinks it's like whatever, you know? Like not that she doesn't think it's awesome. She just doesn't think it's awesome. Like, it's just like she really couldn't care. Like, it's not like none of her concern really. It's like whatever. Because I don't know, say like, I don't know. It'd be nice to, I don't know. I actually have no idea why it is that I always drop the biggest bombs that end up keeping it real. I feel like the episode's about to end, and then I just say some shit that like should warrant or grant its own episode, and then I'm just like, okay, see you tomorrow. And then I never remember what I ended off on. And it's like, you're like, why? What? Why do you feel this way? You're supposed to talk about this. You're supposed to talk through this. And I'm like, baby, come home. I need you to hold me, 'cause it's getting old, and I'm getting lonely. Tonight's to be pretty fun at work. I got Dumb and Dumber working with me. I own the store tonight. Tonight it is my store. I own the store. I wonder if I can get bros into Jersey Mike's to get some food, because tonight I am the Jersey Miker. Christina might come in tonight, but I think I'll be ready. I think I'm ready to go in and really genuinely work hard for a whole shift. I think. Lately, I've kind of been drinking soda, eating bacon, and a tuna sandwich. I've been into our tuna, because our tuna is like 70 parts tuna and 30 parts mayo. Like, we make it with mayo, and that is so disgusting, but like, it's so good. I like to put it on a mini white bread, because the mini has the crust all the way around. And it's like the crust, the soft bread, and the tuna. It's like, oh. The only problem is that kind of like when you eat it, it kind of squishes its way out. But maybe I can find some sort of way around that if I like wrap it in like maybe if I can find a way to wrap it in Swiss cheese or something. I don't know. It's really good. And I'm going to totally eat it today. All right. Should I make this episode go a little bit longer, because this episode started with me filming myself for, I think maybe I should push this an extra 5 minutes, because we started off this episode, I think the first like 30 bar I was filming Instagram reel, and that's fine. I could leave it in, but you know, it's the small things. It's the small pushes for quality that amount into what eventually one day could become a great thing, you know? So I'm going to push this for a couple more bar. We can talk about anything we want. How do you think the lighting has been lately? I think I've been lit pretty well. How about this giant spotlight on the Keeping It Real artwork behind me? I think that it looks pretty good. In front of me, we've got all the new title cards that I need to hang up. Among my favorites is this one. It says Date Her. This one says Love. This one's pretty dope. A couple low effort ones in there too, but you know, it's all about getting it done. Then we have, of course, my note about my running mechanics, and my cell phone, which has been charging and is now charged. And I have a text message to check. I'm also going to send one asking about the shelves for the books. So I'm going to see you tomorrow. Thanks so much. This has been Keeping It Real. I'm your host, jackkadis, and please comment, email, anything. Just let me know that you're breathing and you're there. That's all I can ask for. Adios.